Have you ever thought, gosh, I'm really content with my life, but I want more and I just don't know how to get there? Or I'm super satisfied and I should just be okay with where I'm at. But on the inside, you're really like, man, I want more. I know I could do more. I just don't know how to get to the goals that I want. I want to talk to you about growing your space, creating space that allows you to grow. And a lot of times people live in an area of, you know what, I won't show up to these things until I hit this goal or until I become this person. And until then, I'm just going to be okay with where I'm at. Well, I want to challenge you to think a new thought. Why? Why? Because if we start creating the space that we want to become, then we start becoming that person. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, a lot of times we live in mediocrity. We are just super content with where we're at. We have big dreams, we have big goals, but we don't really know how to get there. And the biggest, I'm going to say, excuse that I hear from people is I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the energy. But we all know if we want things, if we want X, Y, and Z, and it requires time and it requires money and it requires energy, we're going to figure it out. And why do we let ourselves off the hook on our own goals when all it requires is figuring out how to get that extra $50, how to make that extra 30 minutes a day to apply to our goal, and how to put the energy into that for our personal goals? Why don't we do that? Well, because we're living in mediocrity. And so if we can put ourselves in the space of people who are at the level that we want to be at, then we can learn something, right? If we're in a room that, it's all the same people, there's a saying, put yourself in the space of bigger thinkers and you start thinking bigger. That's what I'm talking about. So if you're uncomfortable in those spaces, that's because you need to grow and you want to grow, right? So if you're not happy with where you're at, you need to put yourself in a space of uncomfortableness, in a space of people who are at the level that you want to be at, because you're going to learn something from them and you're going to start becoming them. So why wait until you become that person to show up as that person? Why don't you put yourself in the space of people who are there? They're at that level and they're going to elevate you up there and you're going to learn from them. And we just create we create the mindset of, okay, I'm going to figure out how to get there. I'm going to find that extra couple $100 or $100 or whatever it is. I'm going to find that extra 30 minutes a day to grow into the person that I want to become. Because if you don't, you're going to stay stagnant. And a lot of times we lower ourselves, we lower our goals because this is comfortable and we know we can maintain that. But what if you think a new thought and you think, I'm going to put myself up here in this space, in this uncomfortableness around these people, so I can grow and I can become that. And once you do, then you're at a new level. Then you're becoming the person that you want to become. Then you're reaching a new goal. And you know what? If you're not happy right now, you're just living in contentment, you're living in mediocrity, and you really on the inside have a desire for something bigger, that's what you need to do. Tuesday tip: